All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dani Nicole, and I'm the host of Book Talk, Author Visibility Podcast. I'm here at the South Carolina Book Lovers Expo. So we have Watson John, who's going to tell us about his book and where he's from. Go ahead.
I am from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I self-published my first book, The Mind of Me, a World of Poetry, Volume 1, actually in 2018 when I used to live in Texas. Took a
Okay.
little derail after
Yeah.
COVID, et cetera, et cetera. I moved to Charlotte. I met Mr. Aaron with Book Butler. He helped me publish my second one,
All right.
The Mind of Me, a World of Poetry, Volume 2.
Okay.
He's also going to help me publish the third
All
one at
right.
the top of this year,
Okay.
or top of
Great.
next year, excuse me. But
Yes.
each book has one book. Part one has 6 chapters. Part two has 8 chapters. 70 poems in the first one, 105 poems in the second
Okay.
one, and
Poetry.
each chapter
Hmm.
is its own genre of poetry.
Okay. Okay.
So if you go in the first one, there's a chapter called Spiritual Intimacy. It speaks to spirituality and the intimacy of spirituality to you and what it means to me and
Yes.
what it might mean to you, right? I added 2 chapters to volume 2 because
Okay.
I used to want to be a National Geographic photographer as a
Really?
kid. So I love animals and
Yeah.
nature and at National Geographic
Yeah.
and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So one of the chapters I added to volume 2 is called Jungle Book,
Oh,
where I write poems
interesting.
about animals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
So
absolutely
yeah,
wonderful.
yes, yes.
Okay, so what do you want readers to take away from reading your poems?
Well, it just depends on what chapter they're in.
Okay, okay.
Because if you're in the chapter, it's a chapter called a moral choice or a moral decision that speaks to the plight of people that look like me. So that's a very serious chapter.
Yes.
So you're gonna take something different from that than you would take from another chapter, and it's called the Isle of Fantasy,
Okay.
where it's like sci-fi movie
Yes.
fantasy type
Yes.
thing. So for each chapter, you're gonna take something different from each one. Other chapters have motivational stuff, that speaks to
Yeah.
keep going if you're down, and to lift your spirit. So it just depends on what chapter you're
Okay.
in the book and in your life,
Okay.
depending on what you will
Yeah.
get from it. But I can guarantee that it's kids friendly. It's no curse words in any
Okay.
of them. It's some adult content, but it's just subject matter.
Okay.
Um, but no cuss words. Everybody can read it. Even what I do get a lot is poetry. People do like this.
Oh
Like the
yeah.
poetry go over their head.
Yeah.
They can't understand it. You can understand this because I write it in like a rhyme pattern, like a song. Because
Yeah.
poetry is the foundation to everything, really,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
especially to a song.
It
If
sure
you
is.
remove the production, it's just a poem.
That's absolutely right.
So, and I write it in a way that it's pretty understandable, so everybody can understand what I'm saying, and it'll make you challenge maybe what you believe and how you think,
Yes.
or it will confirm maybe some stuff for you for sure.
Absolutely. So, what inspired you to write the poetry books? One or the other? Was
Yeah.
there?
So it was more so of a thing of I guess I've always been a creative, and I
Okay.
started writing. I grew up in the '90s, so it started out with like hip hop songs,
Yes,
right?
I'm aware. Yes, I
So
love hip
right,
hop.
so
That's the era
uh, it
there.
started out that way, and then I went into the Navy. Those lyrics just organically turned into poems.
Okay.
Then I met my wife, and then them poems turned into love
Okay.
poems,
All right. All
and
right.
then I just kept expanding from
Yes.
there because I like the wordplay of poetry
Okay.
and writing things like that. So I would challenge myself to say different stuff or say this in such a, I guess, a cool way that you would read it and be amazed by how I say
Yeah.
it. Like that
Absolutely.
is incredible to me.
Yeah. Well, awesome.
Yeah,
That's great. So, where can the listeners follow you? Are you
yeah.
on social media?
At Poet Watson John
Everywhere.
everywhere. At
At
Poet
Poet
Watson
Watson
John.
John.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, at Poet Watson
Watson.
John,
Yes,
for coming onto the podcast, for sharing your story. I thank you. I appreciate you. God bless. I don't say
yes,
good
ma'am.
luck. I see God blessing
I
you.
take the God bless. That's what no, we
That's
talking about. No, we talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
it.
need blessings. No,
We
no,
need blessings.
we don't do luck
We
around
don't do
here.
luck. We do blessings.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
thank you
Yes, ma'am.
again. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.